Okay, there we go. Okay, there's D, E, and F. Thank you. Julle is baie oulik, julle kyk almal mooi uit vir mekaar. That's so cool now. For the rest of the year. Okay. Thank you. Nee, julle is almal oulik. Okay. Laat ek sien. Any questions at D? E? F. Okay, so F at the top, right-hand top, the recording sign is over those numbers. So let's just see at the bottom, or it would have been minus 27 over 9 plus 64 over 16, a positive 16. Okay, and that simplified gives you the minus 3 plus 4, so your final answer will be 1. Okay, and then 3A and B. We had to calculate over here. So remember, BODMAS tells us first get rid of the brackets, and then we can start multiplication, division, and after that, addition and subtraction. Okay, so just follow BODMAS at A and B. Any questions there? Raven? What's wrong? Is he okay? Can I skip? Okay. Hoe weet jy? Onthou net mense, as jy single is, dan het jy dalk 5 Valentines. If you've got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you've only got 1 Valentine. Okay, right. Can I skip? Hands up, we're still copying. Are you not copying? Oh. Shh. Yes, Valentine's is in julle pop. Huh? Yeah, but it's affecting you guys, but because you're not as quiet as usual.
It's like every special day or so, and then you just see the whole school go and say, at least to know that if we ever have a competition as to like, you have to do this or do that, Kim will win because we are so extra.
Guys. Wacht, ik wil gewoon vinnig hier. What's your hand up, Malcolm? Malcolm, what's your hand up? Are you good? Did you forget about the brackets?
No, when I wrote it down, I swapped the plus with minus.
Oh. Okay, right. Can I skip? Not hearing anyone say no, so there we go. C up until F. That would have been pretty straightforward. Now, what I want to talk about is number 4. So at number 4, there's actually a little 1 over here. Because 2 is the same as 2 to the power of 1, right? And then, according to BODMAS, we have to do this part first. And 2 to the power of 2013 times 2 to the power of 1. And now this was actually from the chapter where we did exponents. So this was the level 4 question. Just throw it in there to see if you can still remember from grade 8. When base is the same and we multiply, what do we do with exponents? We're going to add them. So 2013 plus 1 gave me this 2014. Can you see the base still stayed? 2. Do you guys get that part? And now, can you see that my term 1 and my term 2 look exactly the same? So when I subtract them from each other, I will have 0 left. Okay? Because if you try to write these out as a big number, you'll see that you even get it in scientific notation. That's how big it is. Okay. Right. So any other questions here? Okay. No, no. If we will never ask you, oh, okay, no. Rephrase, hold on. Onthou ek mag. Because I can ask you stuff that you have done in grade 8, which is supposed to be logic to you by now. Right? But I mean, if we were to ask something like this in the test, it will only count 1 mark. Remember, we are allowed, I have explained the levels to you guys before, haven't I? Okay, so every test that we set up, it has 4 levels. Level 1 questions, level 2, level 3, and level 4 questions. So level 1 are those very easy ones that you don't even have to do a calculation. You can just write down the answer. Okay? So those are very easy. Then level 2 and 3 is usually the biggest part of the question paper. No, I'm talking in general when we set up papers, whether it's a grade 8 paper or a grade 12 paper. Then level 2 and 3 must be like, let's say, between 65 and 75% of your question paper must be level 2 and 3, because that means the average learner will definitely be able to answer those questions. Then 10% of your paper may be level 4 questions. Now, level 4 will be those very difficult ones. And you will remember that every time you walk out of a test, there's usually one that everyone's talking about. Right? Okay, and that one was the one that most kids struggled with. That is the more complicated question, meaning the level 4 question. Okay. Sorry? Okay, I'll get to that just now. Right? So level 4 is basically because we've got different levels of kids in school. Right? And for those that get like 80, 90%, there's got to be something in the paper to challenge that student as well. Okay, so that's why we have a level 4, but it's only 10% of the paper to make sure that, because we know the average learner is not necessarily going to get that 10%. Right? So out of a test of 50, only 5 marks may be very difficult, meaning something that challenges you. Okay. Out of a 25 mark test, it could be 2 or 3 marks. Okay. So it's very little. So basically we just make sure that if you miss it, which most kids are going to, right? If you miss it, if you can't do it, you will still get through, you will still pass, you will still be fine. Okay. So that's how we set it up. Now, she asked just now, how do I study for a level 4 question? Now, up until grade 9, there isn't really something specific that you can go and study. What you can do, and I have told some of you about that X Factor book in grade 8. Didn't I? Okay, so you get X Factor books. I'll show you what they look like. That's it, DNA. This is just so if you want to do some extra practice. Right? And the nice thing about these books, it looks like this. Okay, X Factor. So the nice thing about this specific book is it starts the chapter with all the information in like 1 or 2 pages. It's everything in a nutshell. Let me show you. Okay, so there is a chapter about exponents. So it's only one, but this is not grade 11. 1, 2 pages, like a summary of the whole chapter. And then they start with exercises, but they always start the exercises at level 1 and then build it up to 2, build it up to 3. So you end the chapter with only doing, or not chapter, you end the exercises with only doing level 4 questions. Okay, so ones that really challenge you. Okay, so in this book, I know you always end with a level 4 type question. Then, sorry? Yes. Yeah. Then, from grade 10 onwards, I will send not the link, the poster on your WhatsApp group, the math one. Do you remember Miss Conradi here at school? She's not here anymore. So she does extra classes, and she's got different types. So she's got specific extra classes only for level 4. So when you go to her, she doesn't sweat the small stuff. She accepts that you know those, and she doesn't even go through them. She only drills in level 4 stuff. So if you want to practice, that's answering your question now, you can go to those. And she specifically did that because there's no one that caters just for level 4. People do give extra classes, but then they do anything with starting out with knowing nothing up until maybe ending the class or ending the 5th or 6th class with a bit of level 4. Okay, so that's a very nice option, going to Miss Conradi. But I'll send you the poster. Ek kan nou nie onthou if it's only from grade 10 to 12 or whether you can start in grade 9 already. So that's one option. Another option, if you do add math, add math has got lots of level 4. Okay. Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And you also, in add math, you do lots of other stuff that's not in the school curriculum. So in the long run, it is a good thing. But if you're only aiming for results in school, then I'll do Miss Conradi's classes, yeah. Because then you still have a choice whether you just want to do one term or 3 out of 3 classes in a term. Whereas add math, you can't, you do the whole year. Yes. Okay, I'll skip back to that just now. I just want to finish. Okay, right. So everyone except Isabel finished marking? Okay, now unfortunately I've got to go back to that other part to do